Hey guys, it's Jasmine. Welcome back. And if it's your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, and we hope this won't be your last time. So today we are going to be making a DIY mug. So you can just follow along. I am here in Design Space. I am going to start a new project, so that way it opens up a blank canvas. So this mug is actually going to be for someone who lost their dog, and so it's going to have the words, "I loved you your whole life, so I'll miss you the rest of mine." Um, and I'm also going to include um, a picture of a dog. It's a Shih Tzu, so I'm just going to, go through Google and find a picture. And so if you're making something similar, you can just follow the steps that I use. Of course, you can, write whatever words and include whatever image you'd like, but you can just basically use the information you see in this video to create whatever you want. But you kind of will just get the point. So now that I've gotten my words onto the canvas, I'm going to search the image that I want it to look for. So unfortunately, it took me forever to find exactly what I was looking for. So this is just for kind of video purposes. I mean, this was my actual search, but it was just too much footage to include in this video, so I don't show me actually selecting one. But you can go through Google. You can also go through Design Space. They also have an image section. They have free images as well as images you can purchase. But yeah, you can find free ones on Google. You can find ones that you can purchase. You'll see a lot of images from Etsy that you can purchase. But yeah, you can just go through, search whatever it is that you are looking for, and be as specific as possible, because that'll help you get the best result. But yeah, feel free to look through, find what you want, choose what best works for you, and you can upload it in Design Space. So once you download the image you want to your computer, you are going to click upload once you get back in Design Space, and then you'll click upload image. Mine doesn't show my computer system, so you don't see me clicking and selecting, but this is the image that I found. I'm going to choose complex because it allows you to better select those small details. And so we are going to clear out all of the white parts. So those big parts clear out pretty easily, but you kind of have to zoom in to get those little details, like in the eyebrows, the pupils of the eyeball. You want to make sure you're deselecting those so that those are able to be taken out as well. And be careful, because as you can see, that whole ear disappeared. So you want to get just those white parts. And if you're not sure if you've selected something, you can always preview your image, and it'll better help you to see what else needs to be deselected. And once you are complete, you will need to decide if you're going to do a cut image or print then cut. Print then cut obviously means you're going to print it in color on vinyl or heat transfer vinyl, and then have your Cricut cut it out. And a cut image, it's where you're basically using the colored vinyl and just cutting it that way. So once you have it to where you like it, or it fits what it is you're looking for, you're going to select continue. And then I'm just doing a cut image because I'm just using regular vinyl, and I'm going to upload it. And that way it'll be saved into your design space and you can use it in the future. Now I select it and I'm going to add it to my canvas. And whatever your real life canvas is, or your product is that you're going to be putting this vinyl onto, you want to measure it so that way you get kind of the size you need. There's nothing worse than making something too big or too small. So you definitely want to measure. I unfortunately guesstimated on this, so you'll see me do the heart, but I won't be able to use it in the end because, again, I guesstimated and I did not measure, but it's fine. It all worked out. But yeah, be sure to measure. Use a ruler, use measuring tape for fabric, whatever you have to do, but measure. So here I am resizing the words because I did not, earlier I just wrote out what I wanted it to say, but I did not size them according to the cup that I am using. So once I have them at the size that I want, I'm going to select each line, well, all of them together, and I'm going to align them so that way everything is centered. So I'm centering horizontally so that all of the middles basically line up. And so now that I've done that, I am going to select it with my mouse, and then I'm going to actually use the arrow on the keyboard to move it up to get it to the spacing that I feel looks best. And I do that with the keyboard just so that if I did it with the mouse, I could slightly move it to the left or to the right, but I still want it to be centered. So I'm just going to use the keyboard and click that up arrow several times until I get it to a place that looks good. So as I mentioned before, if you click on images, Cricut has an image gallery and you can search any image you'd like. They have a little bit of everything. It will also pull up images that you have saved in your uploads. So this heart that I end up selecting is one that I uploaded, but they have plenty more below that you could also look through and choose from. So I resized this to fit until I felt like it fit. I want to say perfectly, not necessarily perfectly, but fit really well around the dog's face. But I did not measure my cup to see how it would fit on the cup. So unfortunately, I was unable to actually use the heart, which I'll just save it for something else. But again, measure, measure, measure. So now I'm just about ready to cut, so I am going to select my words yet again, and I am going to change them to black because I'm cutting everything in black on the same vinyl, so I want that to match. And I think I did not include it in the video, but you can select everything and attach it so that it's cut in the exact layout that it is here on your canvas. If not, each line will be separate. So if you are using heat transfer vinyl, you want to go ahead and mirror your image, but I am not. So if you're using regular vinyl and putting it, say like on a cup or something like that, you do not want to mirror it. You're going to use transfer tape and apply it that way. When weeding, you want to make sure to get those little pieces and those little details, even if you have to refer back to your original image, do so, so that way you're not leaving anything that's not supposed to be there. So it was at this point that I pretty much tried to measure and figured that I probably wouldn't be able to use the heart, but I hadn't given up hope at this point. But yeah, no. So I have to say, if you can buy the Cricut brand transfer tape, it's just so much easier. This is some of the clear, like I think it's like cabinet liner or something from Dollar Tree. It serves its purpose, but it was not working. It gave me so much trouble. But if you can get the more expensive thing, it'll save you time and frustration. But if not, I use the tip of my little weeding tool to help stick those letters onto the transfer tape, and it just eventually gets the job done. So once you have your words adhered to your transfer tape, you want to stick those down. Be careful when sticking it down because you don't just want to just like plop it on there. This is a slow process and You want to make sure that everything is going to be as straight as possible. Mine was slightly not straight, probably because I kept that top part still attached to the backing, but it still worked out. So once you start to lay it on there, you want to press your letters from the middle outward, so that way there are no bubbles. So I start in the middle, pressing that down, and then I move over to the left, move over to the right, and press it until I get to both sides. Once you're done with that, you want to use your scraper tool to really stick it on, so that way it's on really good and it will not be lifted anywhere on there. So I'm just going to follow the same steps to adhere the picture of the dog onto the cup, using the tip of the, what do you call it, the weeding tool to help lift it up and get it to adhere to the transfer tape, and then I'm going to place it on my mug. Again, when you go to place it down on your mug, you want to start with the middle, press down on the middle and work your way outward. That way we're not leaving any air bubbles. Then we're going to go over it with the scraper tool just to push out any small little tiny air bubbles, and that helps you apply more pressure. So here is the final product. Unfortunately, there's a slight curve to the words, but they were fine with it. Here's the final product. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. See you next time.